the next reader we have is Isaac Barker. Isaac Barker is a recent graduate of the IB program and is still trying to search for his writing voice. He's tried his hand at poetry, short stories, non-fiction, playwrights, essays, and just won't stop. He's influenced by philosophical activity of all kinds in the moral, existential, and you're going to have to say that word, epistemological spheres. He loves inviting people to think deeply about certain prompts with these spheres, or have the ability to simply relax and enjoy it. You can find him on Instagram at isaacbarker.official. And asked if he could commit one crime without being caught, he said, robbing a bank, please, I need the money.
Right crime.
He'll be reading a piece called Passing Through Limbo. Everyone make Isaac welcome. And this piece is a script, so there will be another reader, myself.
I'm so sorry about the hat.
Oh,
it's too hot
like the
for
3000s have come back.
I heard the Noir theme, and it's too hot for a coat and cigar. So I'll suffice with this.
Oh my God, we have 2 mics just for this.
Brilliant.
See, we plan ahead here. You ready? Wonderful. What is this?
What is what?
This.
A place of discussion for most.
Why is that?
Well,
By what metric? What reason is there to discuss?
a celebration of great minds, of course.
Then what makes you a great mind?
Well, I strive for a utopia.
Utopia? How do you mean?
Quite simple. I was paving a state of peace and prosperity.
There's such thing.
Really, I doubt you will find the many falsehoods in me as you may think.
Firstly, I'll regard how you propose to begin such a society. I doubt we'll find you in the practice to obtain utopia.
Well, how else do you start any state, truly? Radical change or revolution?
Sure! I wish to prove you wrong, but look, maybe not now. I'll ask you to continue. Explain your revolution and state.
Well, to defend and obtain a state, military is necessary. One which can overwhelm any and all other influences. This should only be used as a defense mechanism, a military designed as an absolute deterrent from international and domestic terrorism. Once the state has been achieved, the resources dedicated to this military can be disseminated and returned to the people.
Well, this much makes sense, but need I prompt you again? Continue. You've enticed me this far. How would this military be possible?
Through an absolute representative body for the people.
An absolute body? You say you want to do tyranny?
Of course not. As I shall continue, a state rule which will allow the rise of this military for when it is necessary, and then its resources and efforts return to the people.
This is hardly a response to my question.
The backing of this body should be gained from like-minded parties of every nation. While another state mightn't agree, a small body within them should aim to gain some military and political power.
So, something of spies? No, you want equal parties in other states. Fine, I maintain my doubts, especially regarding logistics of something like this, but I'll continue this to learn of your state. Thus, I ask, what have you of the economy?
What are you asking?
Well, the very basics of what you envision the economy of a utopia to be like. I'll be clear. I'm trying to grasp what exactly I would see in your state. So I'm asking, would I expect to see a capitalist economic standard, perhaps?
Yes, I understand what you're asking now. Well, an economy based off class struggle is far outdated.
Go on.
In a utopia, one would expect to have healthcare, education, transport, and absolute living conditions all guaranteed without exception. That is exactly what I would propose. No unevenly distributed resources based on class, but the absence of class roles, with some exceptions of resource distribution being for those who might require more or different resources depending on circumstance or individual disability.
Then where would you place the governance? What entity would be driving these resources?
Well, among the state itself, of course. As for the making, the control should be entirely constructed of the people.
Mm-hmm. So, well, at least, at least you have some democratic virtue. What would you propose this also? Would you propose this also by your military?
Gods no. Sure, that may be helpful in the beginning. After all, radical change can deal damage. There and then, it may be helpful. After, however, I would not want the citizens to be force-fed.
Okay, I may be beginning to grasp your values. Here's a question. What have you of asylum seekers?
You mean the citizens?
No, I ask of those who wish to immigrate.
I too speak of this. But those of like minds will inherently prescribe to the social contract upon entering the state. They are no less than citizens when this utopia reaches them.
Okay. Wait. Excuse me. Excuse me if I'm mistaken, but I do believe your ideology has made itself familiar to me. I'm sorry, but what is your name?
I had somewhat of a name in the mortal plane.
Oh, please don't tell me. Is it?
My name is Joseph Stalin.
Isaac Barker.
Killed like 8 million people when he was
Let's ignore that. So, it was highly not planned. It wasn't planned at all that when we decided Scandalous, we take it into this Cold War era, like us versus them, spies kind of thing. And it was just hilarious that when we were doing this, we got a piece about Joseph Stalin. Thank you dearly for that, Isaac.